Welcome, I'm Nid, an intuitive and soul guide supporting people in how it is that you can allow your soul to express its desires to live through you, letting your personality enjoy the ride rather than constantly feeling like there's a battle of change and things you don't really enjoy in your life. And in this video, I wanted to take a moment to tap into how it is that we manifest change. We talk about law of attraction and we can talk about setting sankalpas, and actually it's all about vibration. It's all about calling to you the vibration at which you choose to resonate. And yet most of us are running around not always very consciously aware of our vibration, and especially when it's so easily around and available to you to actually tap into vibrations of need, want, desperation and fear that are from the root chakra, from saying, once X happens, I will feel safe. I need this in order to feel secure. And when we are creating from that place, we actually are constantly creating instability, insecurity, and we are always in a vicious cycle of never quite manifesting in a way that is going to be fun and joyful, and it doesn't come from the soul. It comes from the human experience, which is often very fearful of what happens after we're going to die. And so there are two practices that I love to share that can help us begin to tap into making an intention that comes from the heart. And that means that it connects to the soul, which often brings through manifestation that is really beautiful and much better than you could have ever imagined possible in your life. So the first one is differentiating between if it's a root chakra desire or if it's a heart-based desire. So if it is a root chakra, it's going to have this need, want. I can't live without. This thing needs to happen in order for me to feel good. You will know that feeling. It often comes when we're anxious, when we are stressed, when we're worried. And so if you feel that need, desire coming through as the thing you want to manifest, then be aware of it, because it's something you need to tend to. It's something you need to ground emotionally and work with your nervous system in order to feel safe and secure in your body. And that's where my Ground Your Emotions course can really help stabilize you and give you that foundation. But a way in which you can move into a more heartfelt place is to start to practice yoga nidras. And this is why I share them for free, because it often helps us calm and settle. And the sankalpas that can rise up can come from the heart space. So it might be that when you begin your yoga nidra practice, there isn't a sankalpa, there isn't an intention, because they're all in the need place. They're all coming from this desperation energy of the root. And so we can set them aside and say, well, I won't bring that to my yoga nidra practice. I'm going to allow my yoga nidra practice to happen. And then perhaps at the end of the practice, when the sankalpa is offered a second time, something might start to come up. And you can allow it to naturally bubble within the yoga nidra practice from that safe space that's included in my yoga nidras, in order to help you feel safe and allow the heart to start to whisper what it is that you're desiring. And then the second part, once we know that it comes from the heart, the words may sometimes feel different than what you might associate with what comes from the root or what comes from the mind, is our choice of words. What are words that make you feel easeful? Choose words in your sankalpa, in your intention, in what it is that you're attracting, that are really gentle for you to move into. That you can choose no matter how stressful, difficult life gets. So that you can choose the vibration of what you're moving into. Because ultimately, what you want to attract in is something you have to be vibrating in order for it to come to you. If you're vibrating like this, and the thing you want is like more like this, and I don't have the coordination to do those two at the same time, sorry, then this isn't going to attract this, right? This is, the two are just going to do their own separate thing, right? There's no vibration. If I'm like this, I'm going to attract more of this, and then we're all going to be like, woo, going mad together. If I want this, I need to slow down and learn to do this with it, okay? And so pick what makes it easy for you to get to this and to keep choosing it again and again and again. And the place that you practice choosing and coming into that vibration can be in your yoga nidra practice. It's a perfect place for you to practice the resonance and the energy in which you're moving into. And with that, maybe a word. Sometimes I remove words completely and I just work with the energy that I'm looking for. Without association, without story, without self in there, you know, this little me self and my desires and my wants and my stories. What is it that I'm working with that's independent of all of that I can choose to come into? And maybe it becomes a visualization. Maybe you have a symbol that you choose to see and recognize that can help remind you of what it is that you keep choosing to come into. And so being really mindful of your word choice so that you can resonate with that. And then the second practice that I really love to use to help move into my intention is I love to use my clarity breath work. Because when I use my clarity breath work, it helps me move through whatever the beliefs and the limitations and the little boxes that I've put around myself that don't help me get access to being in that vibrational state. So whatever it is that keeps me like this, I will breathe through with my clarity breath work. And when I do that clarity breath work, I'm breathing into my heart and I'm opening my mouth. And I'm so open and receptive to all that is that wants to come through to help me shift and be more like this. And what it is that needs this to help it find a bit more of a smoother rhythm and start to make that change. And so coming to that clarity breathwork practice often, and maybe I need some deeper dives at times to help me move into it. So I really would encourage you, start coming into that conscious connected breath. And you can join me on the next Breathe Yourself Free course. It's 10 weeks and we breathe into that heart, and each week we explore an aspect of which may be blocking and limiting you in the way that you live your life. It's such an easy course. Such an easy course for you to move through, and yet it has profound shifts for everyone that's a part of it, and it's a beautiful, gentle container. And that can really help get clear and shift and move the vibration and fine-tune your vibration into what it is that you're trying to bring forth in a very conscious and engaged way. And I'd love to invite you, if you haven't already taken it, to join the 5-part Embody Sankalpa free journey with me to help you begin to get clear on what it is that you're trying to shift, what it is that you want to get clear and away from, and what it is that you're going to share and bring in. What's that vibration really going to hold and resonate in your life? But I wanted to close with a super simple movement that I really love to do that can come with opening your heart into this Sankalpa space. And it just requires having your hands, you can do this seated or standing, but all you're going to do is open your palms up to the sky. And as you take your palms out and open, and if you need to take your elbows away, you can, you lift the breastbone and you look up to the sky and you inhale. And as you exhale, you bring the hands in and you hug the belly, arms around the waist, round forwards and
And then bringing your hands to your heart.
Maybe closing your eyes and just letting your awareness rest, the point where the hands rest above the heart space. Feel the vibration that your heart seeks to become. And when you're ready, make sure that you click on that link below and get your 5-part embodied Sankalpa journey with me. And perhaps come and join us for the Breathe Yourself Free. And in the meantime, drop into a Yoga Nidra practice and begin to start to allow yourself to be in the space of that which it is you wish to become. Much love.